Namaste. Welcome to Inspirations and Essence of Life. As always, tonight we have an inspiring guest who will be inspiring us through the stories of his life and leadership. And today we have Mr. Tushar Niroula, Executive Director of Sunalo Pariwar, Nepal. So, let's welcome him in our studio.
Namaste. My name is Tushar Niroula. I'm currently working in Sunalo Pariwar, Nepal, which is the implementing partner for Marie Stopes Nepal as an executive director. Talking about my experience and my childhood, I think it's a long way through. My childhood was, I would say, it was a normal childhood as it could be. And basically coming from a family where education mattered most. During our childhood, basically a lot of emphasis, a lot of effort was made to better educate the children basically, and my parents strived the best to provide quality education for us, me and my sister basically. So I studied in Biratnagar. My childhood days were spent in Biratnagar, and after completing my school leaving certificate, I did my 10+2 from India, from CBSE board, and then came back to Biratnagar again for my graduation. So I completed my Bachelor of Business Administration from Purvanchal University. However, education was the topmost priority. So after completion of my BBA, I decided that I would take some job experience as well, so that it can help me in my master's degree. So I started working. Apart from working, I was also studying my master's. After a couple of months, I decided that I think it's a time to kind of get the education and complete the education. As in our family, we put a lot of priority, kind of finish your education first and then move on to your job. So yeah, I would say it was pretty learning experience throughout the child, whether that be from friends or teachers, parents and peers, through a classroom settings or in the field or during any tournaments. I think it was largely a learning experience, and that learning experience has kind of helped me in my professional area as well.
That's awesome. We would also like to know about how did you get involved with Sunalo Pariwar, Nepal?
Okay, so when I started my career, I think I had completely different aspiration. Like I wanted to be a marketeer, but soon I realized that that's not my cup of tea, and something which after realization I switched off. I completely switched on to different sector. So my aspiration was basically to be successful as any normal kid, and working in private sector was a stepping stone for me, because what I realized now, or when I reflect back 20 years ago, I think it gave me a lot of opportunity. It gave me self-confidence. It gave me a sense of commitment. And most importantly, it helped me to multitask. So it wasn't just one thing that I mastered. Actually, it helped me to kind of go into different areas of your work, which really helped me to groom myself. And so yeah, after working for almost 14-15 years in private sector, I decided that I think it's a time to kind of switch from private sector to development sector. So that's how I kind of made that move. And working with Sunalo Pariwar Nepal is completely different experience. I think I joined Sunalo Pariwar Nepal in 2014, so it's already been like 8 years. as an operation director, and now currently I'm working as an executive director. And Sunalo Pariwar Nepal is a well-known organization. It's an implementing partner of Marie Stopes International, and we work in SRH, which is sexual and reproductive health. I think it's something, the cause and the vision that really inspired me to join SPN, Sunaluo Pariwar Nepal, and MSI. Very few people realize that the services that we are providing, or the services that we offer in the community, is not only essential service, but it's a life-saving service as well. There are stigma attached to it. There are taboos in society where people don't really talk about it. But as of my experience working here, things has changed a lot, I would say. It has not only helped people to avail the services, but the access to the services has also increased. And especially the best part is when the client take the service and they are happy and satisfied, that makes us satisfied and happy as well.
Can you also tell us about Sunaluo Pariwar Nepal? What kind of organization is that and what it does for Nepali society?
We work in SRH, as I mentioned earlier. We work in sexual and reproductive health in the country. We have 7 outreach team which delivers services in outreach model, and basically outreach channel, they support government in meeting the government projections and meeting the goals that government has set in the country, basically. And we have MS Ladies channel, which is quite dynamic channel. It's a roving nurse who would go from place to place providing safe abortion services, family planning services, providing STI management, doing VIA and stuff which are quite essential in hard to reach areas. Besides that, we have public sector strengthening channel, which supports government in building the capacity of government staff. So we work very closely with the government, whether that be a municipality at the municipality level, or be at the provincial or at the central. So we work very closely with them, in coordination with them, to ensure that services are sustainable. We are basically funded by donors, and the funding, they come and they go. But we need to ensure that the services are availed, and that is only possible if government have that capacity and that resources. So we train the government staff to ensure that services are available even though we are not there. We provide trainings in different areas, that be safe abortion or family planning trainings. And besides that, there is a lot of support that we provide to the government on advocacy front, on developing policies. So yeah, and Sunaluo Pariwar Nepal has been operating since 1994, since MSI came into existence in Nepal, and it's been a long journey so far.
In addition to all of the services that we provide through our centers and our outreach channels, Marie Stopes has also been running a contact center for the past 10 years, through which we aim to help clients understand about SRH related services and issues. They can call our number from 7 a.m. to 12 p.m. midnight, and our counselors will be on hand to help answer their questions regarding family planning, safe abortion, as well as other sexual and reproductive health issues, and also help them to receive services through our centers or through any other facilities that may be providing services. In addition to the contact center, we also have a radio program that we run every Friday at 10 p.m. on Radio Kantipur called Meri Saathi Meri Saas Chin, where we discuss relevant issues regarding sexual reproductive health and also the different activities that we're conducting to help people understand and raise awareness on family planning and sexual and reproductive health, and allow women to access their right of accessing family planning and other services as well.
That's very interesting. We're also interested in knowing how Sunaluo Pariwar develop its projects.
Basically, as I said, we are here to support government, and with the resources, with the capacity that we have, our best effort is to ensure that services are accessed by the client, by the people in the community. So any project that is developed in coordination with the government. So basically, MSI has developed its own strategy. It's called 2030 strategy. So it started at from 2021 to 2030. So it's a 10-year strategy. And besides that, it's pretty much aligned to our government strategy as well. So now we developed that projects considering various factors. There are various indicators and various factors that we take into account while developing a project. And one of those are we really coordinate, we really seek support and engage government while we develop our projects.
Will you also please mention future plans of Sunaulo Pariwar Nepal?
Yeah, basically our plan is to ensure that services are accessed by the clients, no matter where they are. We want to reduce and support government in reducing unsafe abortion practices, because you can largely see there are so many unsafe practitioners who are practicing abortion services, and which is a life-threatening practice. With us, we are accredited by the government. We provide trainings, which is approved by National Health Training Centers, NSTC. We do a lot of refresher. We have good quality of equipment supplies. There's a way to kind of have the quality assessment of our services. There are quality checks and controls. And most importantly, when a client comes to us, they come to us with a belief that they are going to get the quality services, which other are not able to provide that. So I think our plan is to support government to meet their goal. Our plan is to ensure that we reduce unsafe practices through accessing of services, and also at the same time we want to build the capacity of the government service provider so that service is sustained.
Sunaulo Parivar means a golden family or a very happy family. So we would also like to know from the Executive Director of Sunaulo Parivar about his own family, his own Parivar. Can you tell us about your family?
So I'm married. I've got a kid, a daughter. She is 28 months. I live with my parents, so my dad and mom, and my grandmom. Besides that, I have a sibling, my sister. She's already married. She has 2 kids, 2 young boys. Yeah, and we have large extended family. So, yeah.
That's amazing. So, what inspires you the most?
There's so many things that inspires me. It's not any particular event or any individual, but I think it's something you look up to your parents. They're highly inspiring. You look up to your colleagues. You look up to your peers. You look up to your friends, and everyone has got their unique set of skills, which really helps us to kind of ingrain and learn a lot from them. What I believe in learning. Every day is a learning process, and when you come up with that mentality, I think things becomes very easy. People tend to kind of learn and then hang it on to that. With the environment that we have now, with the access to technology, with access to so much of information, I think learning becomes so much easy, and that provides so much of flexibility, and it really inspires you to learn more and more. When I wake up in the morning, it's something which really helps me to kind of move forward, thinking that okay, I need to learn something today as well, and tomorrow and day after. So it keeps you flexible, it keeps you open, and at the same time, with the ever-changing and dynamic environment, it's quite important that you evolve yourself. So I think it's an evolving process that keeps on inspiring.
What is the happiest moment of your life?
There are so many happy moments. I think I live by the moment. So small events really keep me energized and happy. I think for me, for now, I can think of a couple of events, but yeah. I think for me, wearing that graduation coat and that hat was so much of big achievement. And when I wore that, that was pretty much the happiest moment of my life then. And still, I feel very good about it. So that was one. The other one was when my daughter was born, and it has been such a life-changing journey. And the conversation that we have, although she is pretty young. But the level of conversation that we have on a daily basis, that is something which I would like to keep it as the most happiest moment of my life.
That's great. We all have our kind of happiest moment of our life. So listening from Tusharji, it was very inspiring for us too. So any key messages that you would like to deliver to the youth of Nepal?
Yeah, I think time has changed. Since we were kids and we grew up, became more responsible. There was some restrictions. There were restrictions in the sense that when you want some information, information was not readily available. But now it is. When I see the kids of this generation, I feel really proud. Like they have completely different mindset. They have completely different aspiration altogether. They are so much energetic. They are so much youthful, and they are so much learned. And this is possible through access of different information and different technology, obviously. But at the same time, what I want to give them message is reality is different. We come across so many different people during our discharge of our responsibility, and what I see common is youth, although they are energetic, they are learned, but at the same time they are far beyond the reality. I think when you graduate, you have high expectations. But reality is different. You need to strive to achieve. You need to work hard to achieve something. So I think my suggestion to youth would be strive, take a step by step, design your goal, take a step by step approach. You'll definitely be there. Work hard, work smarter, but at the same time, you need to understand that your education is something which is a stepping stone, but when you land up in the professional work, it's completely different experience altogether. So come up with the expectation, but at the same time strive to put your hard work and be honest, be committed, and most importantly be passionate whatever you do.
Before wrapping up the show for tonight, we would like to thank everyone for being with us. Thank you to Tusharji and the entire team of Sunalo Parivar Nepal. Thank you everyone out there for being with us. We will be back after 15 days with another episode of Inspirations and Essence of Life. Till then, take care and stay safe. Namaste.